Welcome to Meshmen Studio and the Mara channel's live stream. It's Sunday and it's node-based texturing time in Mari. Yeah. So welcome. Gonna get started here. So first off, let's take this nice coffee. So today we have a new bean. It's a new kid on the block. It's from Zambia. It's a Zambia AA. Let's try it. It's actually my first sip of this. So, and yeah, we have people starting to pop up here. So welcome. So I'm gonna take a look at continue with displacement on this character. Or this asset. It's not a character, it's an asset. And yeah, gonna take a look at that. Maybe add some more dirt here and there, and yeah, so let's dive into it. So let's see if someone is in the chat. Let's write something. See if it works. Do we have sound? Everything is working. I hope so. So if you're if you catch up to this live stream right now, just say hello in the chat. And also, if you see this on the rerun, as always, consider subscribing and hit the bell notification on the channel, because then you get notified whenever I go live, like today. So usually it's Sundays and Wednesdays is my live sessions, and I will pop in offline videos as well. It's gonna be Maya Renderman, VFX related stuff. So cheers. Yeah, we have a few people onto the stream, so let's pop over to Mari now and see where I left off. Here we go. So this is kind of, so yeah, I was actually working on a bump the last time. Wednesday was a bump. So we have sound is okay, and yeah. So I was working on a bump, and I wanna continue to refine the bump and use the bump in breakup as well. So yeah, I think I did some kind of botch up over here, or like a temp thing going on here. So let's take a look. So yeah, I had this actually. This is what I was painting. I was painting all these welding seams on the asset here. And if I take my shader, I had a BRDF hooked up to this. Let's turn off that light there. Preview. So and then I wanna use this. Started to hook up like some kind of a painted metal tallable. So I'm gonna use that as well. Let's take a look. So that's gonna give this type of effect, like it's been painted a few times. So let's see with and without. Can you see that? Let's see if I scoot this over. so I accelerate that quite a bit. So that's something I'm gonna use as well. Let's, why not just set the scale on this one to something that's a little too repeated. So might be the right scale, but I think I have to break this up because we're gonna see the repetition here quite obvious. So let's do that. So if I take this one, twice, and so I will merge this together twice, offset, maybe rotate a bit, and try and make it quite a sharp breakup mask. Hello? We have a chat. How do I pronounce? I don't exactly sure how to pronounce your name, but Vyacheslav something. Hello, welcome. So let's take a look at this pattern now. We have this 2 times and this one. So I want a cloud and a histogram scan. That's something I usually, when I want to break up something from the same kind of pattern, I kind of use this method. So if I look at the histogram scan now, and crunch it, the contrast, we get a very sharp mask, and that's usually good for blending tileables like this. So let's gonna set the scale to something. Let's go with orthographic. So let's take this to the mask and see what we got. So now we have to offset this, the image. Let's take the angle. So we get from something that looks like that to something like this. And then we can control the size of the breakup. So maybe we also make one a little so if I want to break this up further, I could take another one. And then we can fudge the border there just a bit. So this will give the impression that it's not as tileable. Let's go back to the BRDF. Obviously, it's very brute force. It's gonna be something like this. So it's gonna be less obvious. But if I crank it up just to see all the features. Then we have the histogram. Can see the islands there. Go back to this. Okay, so let's take another one of those just to see here. Gonna hijack this again. So now we're gonna make another one here. And let's take the rotation just to scale it around so I get some other. Whoops. Another feature somewhere. Okay, one there, one there, one there. Combined, we get something that looks even more chaotic. And let's look at the BRDF now. So let's see. That's the when I add the third tile level there. So it gives the impression that it's even more broken. Okay, so take the overlay back. Okay, so I guess so this was your I'm gonna add this back into the painted metal section down. So I'm gonna hook this, take this away, make a backdrop and move it down and connect it to where I actually have my painted metal. So this texture scatter tree planar says gens. Might almost be easier. Yeah, actually I haven't come to that node yet, so that's something I just do as I did before. I guess I have to try that out. Let's see what we can do with it. One texture scatter tree planar. Let's see. Why not use this one? Let's see what we get. So Jens wrote this node. I think this is the first time I use it. Let's see what we have. So I might do a bad. Take this one. Let's see what we have. This one looks funky. So what do we have? 3 planar settings. What happens? Whoa! Okay. Yeah, this looks like texture bombing. So let's see what we can do. Edge. Okay. I see. Yeah, I get it. I must set the size of this, I guess. Let's see. There we go. Go to density. Let's set. So I'm just gonna enable chat here. And hold on. I can do this. Yeah. So people can see. So this is the first time I use this node, and Jens, that's in the chat, wrote it. So he suggested it. So let's see what he said. Density. Where is the density? Now I'm lost. There we go. So now we have to set the scale. Let's see. Yeah, so this is kind of like a texture bombing. Let's see. 500. Doesn't work. 200. And layers. Let's see, how do I get the holes? Must be some kind of global scale here somewhere. Cell density group, he says. Let's see. Where is, yeah. But how do I get all of the, do I just, no. Okay. More layers might do the trick. This one was funky. Yeah, it I guess it gives a similar result. Anyway, that's the way to go with. Go full on the layers. Let's see. Go full. Yeah, I think I have full. It's 15. Let's go 30. I still have some. I'm not sure what that is. Is it transparency? Yeah, so let's compare it. I guess it's similar. I have a little larger scale in mine, but I guess I can set that in a node as well. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna experiment with that node. But at the moment, I'm just gonna take this and just shove it down because it's already ready. Let's place it and hook it up. Wish I could go to select something, go to a place and right click and get it to pop over there somehow when I have something I want to rearrange, because it's a little tricky to get backdrops with content to travel with you. So bear with me. It's down. You can see it on the minimap, but if I zoom out too much, it's hard to get that backdrop to. Here we go. Painted metal, so it's down there. Let's see what we have here. Was that the thing I used? That looks kind of strange. Let's go and check. Just gonna see here what my bump map looked like. Maybe, yeah, I might have actually just made a, let's see, single color there back a few episodes ago. Yeah, because it's just the scratches. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so let's hook that up and see what we get. Just gonna do some real estate here. Oops, I don't like when I accidentally select two backdrops and start to drag stuff. Can like this potentially be, it's like, sometimes it looks like you don't have a backdrop selected, but it's still selected and you start to drag something. Might potentially be a danger. Here we go. Just gonna make some room here. Start to introduce some stuff here. Okay. So I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of my seams and use them also as a scuff kind of, where is the brightest gonna be, take away some of the metal in some places. So let's try this out. I can just take this. Okay, so this one, let's make overlay, color space disabled. Should be the same as there. I just want to be able to use a mask later on if I wanted to do something there. Yeah. So let's hook this up. Oof, I have shaders going way out here into the distance. I don't like this. Just gives me, just gonna scoot them over. I'm not sure if I even like the sometimes I would like to be able to hide all of these shader connections. I think I think they are distracting into the no graph. Let's see. Okay, let's get them over there instead. So I wanna check this and preview it with this now and just to see, but I have to bake this because it's gonna look crap. So I think I'm gonna take away some of these, the actual like the curvature, and use the displacement for this instead in some areas. But yeah, first off, I guess gonna bake this temporarily here. And take a coffee while it bakes. So who's in the chat? Jens, Tigran. Who else is here? We have 5 people in at least. So but yeah, that texture scattering 3 planar gens, I have to check it out. To be honest, I haven't gone through all of the new nodes that you added to the extension pack. Yes, the radio node obviously is the one that it's my number 1 used node. But yeah, there was a lot of things coming the last update, and I haven't really gone through everything. So, but it looks really cool. So texture bombing kind of thing there going on. Bear with me. So let's see if I hook up this to my shader now. Let's see what I have. I think I did something to my shaders. Okay, so this one obviously doesn't have bump connected. What was it, the name there? Whoops. Should be a name. BMP there. Let's see. Let's give it a second. Strange, where is it? Should be this one. Yeah, so it's starting to get complex, so I have to bake some of the portions soon here in some of the materials. Just to give it a second here to upload to the GPU here. This was awfully slow. Sorry about this. This is what happened the other time as well, when I didn't have everything pre-cached. So I'm not sure if I have to disconnect this. Let's give it a few more seconds. This is on a TI, yes, I know. But yeah, I have a lot of things live at the moment. So yeah, I know some of my bake points are disabled. Let's go. I'm gonna enable those. Let's see here. It's gonna go when I get this the other here enabled. Unfortunately they are out of date, so but now it should display kind of quickly once it's realized that I have bake points here now. So also I'm not sure entirely sure because this project have some issues from the start, so it's kind of, I'm not sure if this is just related to the complexity, because this should be really fast now. Let's take away this one. So that's why I did this BRDF. Let's see here. Display features. Interesting. If I delete this shader here, let's see. Let's make a new AI, see what happens. Whoops! And Mori died on me. I think something was going on there. I'm not sure if I have some yeah, so Jen spotted something. There was some weird line going bypassing. I'm not sure where it was going, so let's see. Let's go to the autosave and see where it's saved. So I have to set up a simplified version when I'm gonna do this. So let's take a look here now. Shader. Okay, so yeah, so that one was set up. I can just gonna see here what's going on. Interesting. This one we can kill off. I'm gonna bake all of them before I set up the shader now, just to be certain that it's gonna be okay. So Jens said something was evaluating. Yeah, something must have been going on there. I'm not sure, because I think it was I connected bump to the shader somehow. I'm not sure what was going on there. Let's see what this Jens says. I think I know what it was. When you view the shader in flat mode, Mori will display the currently active channel in the channel palette. So basically, even though you had a bake point, yeah. That might have been an issue, so just go through this. I want everything green. before I hook this up and preview it. But if I had one of those what are they called? The MK was 6000, 24 gig RAM. Would be interesting to see how it handles. Yeah, I know. It's very strange. So Jens said you have 3 channels called BMP. I'm not sure. I have to check out where they are. That's something else, because I was trying to hook up the BMP to my shader there, and it didn't take it. I didn't see a line. That's why I connected it manually. Maybe that's was the case of the slowness, that something was wrong. So I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm just gonna bake everything now, so I know that I have the latest. And I'm gonna hunt them down and see where they are, if something has gone wrong with all the channels. So we can do that with there's a command. You can focus on a channel and see where it is. So I thought the BMP that I had named BMP, when I connected it, I thought I hooked it up, but then I realized there was no connection line going into the shader, so something was going funky somewhere there. So let's see if I can track down where the confusion was there. But yeah, it should be all my bake points now. Now if I connect, it should be really fast. So just give it a second to generate the map, then we should be go here. Yeah. Thanks for having you here, Vyacheslav. See you later, dude. Okay, so channel. Let's see what's going on here with all my BMPs. Focus channel. There's one. What's this one doing? No graph focus channel. Okay. I know what was going on there. Let's see. Let's rename this to something. And should be something else here. That's probably what was causing. I think I made this to hook up shaders temporarily. What's going on with my caps lock? So they all got the same name. Maybe that's what was confusing. So now we have one BMP. Whoops. So let's make that shader again now and see what's going. AI. So we're connected here now. Whoa, and it has perturb normals and all of that jazz going on. Let's see what. So we have bump. Bump is probably super high there. Yeah, so now it worked when I connected it and renamed. It must have been some kind of super confusion going on there with my three channels that was named the same. So, okay, so there we have the bump preview going there. Just crank it up a bit. So I was thinking I could use like the welding seams there to chip away some of the high areas, revealing metal. So let's do something like that. So I can use it in the metal mask then. So let's see what Jens has to say here. Create the simple gray channel and select that one, because otherwise the AI will run any channel that is selected. Okay. Anyway, it's hooked up now, so it does. Yeah, so I was thinking about the metal. So I want to borrow some of this, the seams here. So I want to borrow, let's see. Transmitter. And let's name this seams radio seams radio. So I'm still evaluating how I will name my radios and stuff later on. I'm going a little back and forward with my naming conventions at the moment. So I think I will have the name radio in my transmitters in the end, so I know that it's something that's broadcasters, or maybe seam transmitter or something. At the moment I think it's all over the place, but yeah, I will see what's gonna work best in the end. So let's go up here to my metal mask. see what we have. So I wanna add some of these high values to chip away some of the metal there. So yeah, let's do something like that. First off, we need that mask. So connect to transmitter and my seams I think I will probably actually go for radio right now here. That makes more sense. See if I'm gonna start to name all my transmitted stuff with radio in the end, so it's something that's consistent. So, okay, so histogram scan to isolate. Some of them. So let's see where we're gonna insert this in a good place now. I mean, I can do it anywhere essentially. I guess can use some of the procedural breakup there in some places, so it's gonna be off to those. I guess I can hook it up. Could hook it up here. And let's just go screen on that one. So it's gonna be all over the place, so now we need something to just choose what places. So let's take a black paint node here. Let's name this to something clever as well. So add seams. And let's take a scuff brush or something. Just gonna pick some spots here and there. Gonna close all my things there, reset the paint buffer. So I was wondering it like in distressed areas. Let's see, I had something here as well. Should be, oh, there we go. That's some funky stretching going on there, so I have to do something about that as well. Here it's not gonna be that obvious, but just in a few places I guess can be. You get some glints. Not sure if I did any down there. Maybe I didn't. So I can also use this mask to add some kind of extra breakup to the dirt mask. I think I will use, so I have more, maybe like more dirt around the welding seams, like in crevices of the actual seams. Can look cool. Let's see if I take away the bump in the shader, I can preview this without, just to see. It should be okay if I just disable the bump and just visualize it without bump in the shader. Let's see, here we go. So at the moment it's baked. So I just want this, but not the bump. Okay, so here we have it. Without bump, so now let's see if I disable this. Should update. Let's see, do we have, yeah, we have it live now, I think, yeah. Yeah, there we go, you can see it there, starts to take away some of the metal there. Okay, so let's do something else here. I want to add some more interest to the dirt now around this, like the welding seams and stuff. So I can use that one as well, like a secondary pause. So dirt mask. Connect to transmitter. I want that radio. So I want to do something with this one as well. So let's see, what do we have here going on? So I guess I wanted some build up around the seams actually. And there's some rubber stuff going on. Oil. Just gonna scoot this over a bit here. Let's take a histogram scan again and see what we can do with this. So I guess inverting this and use this as a mask. Just gonna rearrange some stuff here and hook it up. As Mori doesn't have color-coded nodes, I usually just do a backdrop around all my paint nodes, so it's easy to see where I actually add paint. So let's see here. And screen. So now if I start to paint with some soft brush here around, yeah, let's say that I have a Terra brush or something there, very low. Let's go back to the AI standard now. So this is where I could essentially take, let's see, I should be live there. Just gonna see that it is updating there. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna insert a bake point here. Scalar. Take away some of the strain up until this point in time. Oops, I did it in the wrong place there. Should be before that operation. Sorry about that. Actually, let's do this. Let's insert all of this after the oil there, the last thing. It's gonna be even faster. Yeah, let's do that. If I add something now, it's gonna be after this bake point, because I'm quite happy with some of the effects here. I'm just gonna add some more extra here, and can insert my new stuff there. Well, yet again I have to disconnect this. Too trigger happy. Okay. Sometimes it's easier to just take a dot node actually. And then take it away. Okay, I want this. Let's make it backdrop. Scoot this over the oil. So I'm gonna work on the oil later, but I will come back to that. I just want something that's fast to work with. So let's bake now. Some water. Stay hydrated, that's key. So I wish the bake point was faster, but it's flexible. So at the moment I kind of live with it. On this asset it's kind of really because I work all the patches here is 2K at the moment, so it's quite fast. But when you work in 4K or even 8K sometimes, then it's can be really slow. Just gonna give it a second. So the mip map, I'm not sure. I think it mip maps too often. Okay, so there we go. Let's hook this up. There we go. Let's take something soft. Or actually take this one. Very low opacity. Gonna go around the seams there to add some grime into the crevices. So I think the thing is here is let's see if I add 100% there. It's still kind of slow. I think it's because I have everything else live there as well. Okay, so my dirt color as well. Just gonna temporarily gamma everything up here. Because I think the albedo is kind of, or the color is kind of similar. So just to see it, let's bake this as well. Just gonna see the difference. think it's the same kind of. Just grade this up now temporarily. Okay, let's go to this AI standard. And now let's paint here. Yeah. That's gonna add some grime around those seams there. I think I have to simplify this shader setup some, make like a temporarily shader. Or it's kinda, oh, it's okay. So I guess later on I can break this up as well. Let's see. Just want to see what's going on here. Yeah. Can actually do it here now. I don't need to see the actual like the shader result. I can just do it in the mask. So I added it into another merge node area because I will probably just break this up with another type of procedural in the end. So I just want some kind of values in this map, and then I will break it up once more. Might even use some of those maps that I already have here in the base. So yeah, this is a way, whoops. Just gonna go over the assets here quickly. So I know approximately where they are because I was using these lines here as a guide when I was painting them. So what I could do essentially, also I could probably do this kind of procedure, like blurring the map, inverting, and doing stuff like that, but yeah. I want to paint something someday, not just doing everything procedural. I like this brush, it's kind of cool, it gives some kind of super spread kind of effect, and it's very sharp in the middle. Let's see. Okay, I didn't add any lines up there. So it's buildup of Grime, the lower parts here now. Let's see, there we go. Just gonna pick it out there. Pete is in the house. Good evening. How are you? I'm painting some. So I've been setting up some kind of displacement, and I'm using the bump, the seams I was painting the last episode on Wednesday. I'm using that to take away some scratches on the high parts and introducing dirt in around the lower parts. That's kind of what I've been up to. So let's see here. I can be quite brutal with this. I just need some values, and I'm gonna break it up with some kind of tree planer. Let's see how it looks when it's shaded now. So let's see, before and after here now. Let's take my shader and see. Okay, so that's when I add that to. So I will break it up. So it's like something in between or something like that. So let's take some axis projection. What should we take? I have to add all my tileables in a shelf, so I'll take some of this. What did I use here? Maybe this one. Or maybe use Gen's texture bombing. Let's try it. What's it called now again? It was called, let's scroll up in the chat. Texture scatter, tree planner. See if I can make something. Make something out of this. Okay, let's see. Density. Here we go. So that was what I was about to ask. Is it expensive? It's interesting, but yeah, it gives a cool result. So I guess this is something you wanna pre-bake. But just right out of the bat, it looks very interesting here. So I use that one, and I think actually the size is okay. So I'll make a bake point scalar data. Whoops. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. So just give it a second to bake here. I'm gonna use it as a breakup. Uh-oh. Something happened. Holy cow. I wonder where it's auto-saved. I have never used this knob before. I'm not sure what happened there. Was it that a bug, Jens, you think? Or was it just unfortunate? Let's see what was going on. Or it might be just my scene that's... Oh no. Okay, I have to repaint some stuff here. Okay. Yeah, so Jens said, yeah, you have to use F more. But F is also kind of bonkers sometimes. For example, if I select a... Well, it kind of works now. I had some issues with focus, that it zoomed out instead of in, and in some cases, and it... So I just kind of... Okay, so yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's speed paint this. Ah, darn. Or hold on, let's make that save now and make that scatter. See if it just was a fluke accident. I hope it was a fluke accident. Texture map. This one. Okay. Density. Layers. Interesting. How do I get... something like that. Let's see. Softness. I'm gonna play with softness. Okay, let's bake this now. Save. It's prepared. What size texture did I plug in? Good question. I think it's a 2K or something. Let's see in the image manager. It was this one, right? Oh, it's a 4K. That was a 4K. So let's see. Max tile size for baking. Let's see, 2K. Let's try that. Texture bombing is expensive stuff. Yeah. But let's see if it works better now. Save again. And do that bake point. It's scalar, I want 2K. Should work. I think it was a fluke accident last time, because I was doing stuff, zooming in and out, previewing and hitting bake at the same time. I'm not sure what happened the last time. It was, I think it just, I was doing too much at the same time, I think. So yeah, this is a cool node. I'm definitely gonna check it out, but it seems expensive. So definitely one of those you have to pre-bake. Like the Spotify is one of those. I have to bake everything as well, but it's useful. Here we go. 50, 60. So then I have to just speed paint those seams there and add this. Let's make some cool color for this. Take that fuzzy whirl node and add the seams again. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly do this. Collecting in the seams here, so then we're gonna use that texture scattered as a breakup. Oops, where did it go? Should be something over there. let's see. Whoops, I accidentally switched brush. So yeah, here we have. At least it was not that much to repaint, as I had a like a temp save. Pete wants to, in the chat, wants to know when the next update for the extension pack is coming. That's cool. He wants to have these transmitter nodes and stuff, right? I really like those. Let's see, where are we? I think we back there. Yeah. Okay, so now let's hook this up and see what we get. Okay, so let's have a grade node here, so brightness lookup or something. It's gonna see. So I don't like color data in my masks. Gonna tweak that tree planar there to get some let's go back to the standard and see how it looks. So there we have it. Let's see if I now can see that it's been collecting in the around those, but it's gonna be less on the high points. So I guess later on I have to actually do something about the actual color here. I was grading this now. Might be okay with a darker color as well. But I definitely have to take a look at introducing some more values into the dirt color. If I now look at this, so I want some different values. So I could take, for example, part of this and start to grade with that mask that I have over here. For example, I could take this and that and use it as a mask to grade with. Let's merge those together on their own. Let's see, multiply. And let's say seam weld. Oh, what I'm doing, radio transmitter. So I want to use this one to grade. Let's make a grade here and just to grade with that. So over base radio. Connect the transmitter and I want the weld seam radio. So that's going to be the mask for the grade. Okay, so now if I enable this grade again, I can start to play with the values. I can also so this is something I will plan to do now later on. So I have a lot of different kind of like materials defined here in in the dirt mask. Let's see, I could like take some of this and grade some of this into the dirt color, so it's more like tied together. So there we have the seams graded. I might add like another set of colors, so they are a little more dusty in the tonality there. So let's go back to my AI standard again. So here's how it looks with the grade on. And let's go. Yeah, so it's kind of like a drier appearance there. Depends on. So yeah, that's something I will do as well. I could do maybe another set of grades here and there. So we have the rubber. So we have here, we have okay, so I removed dirt with that one. I can definitely use this one to add some into the grade. So let's make another radio transmitter. And let's call this dust dirt radio. I will probably just add it in here. So let's see, we have this one, radio transmitter, connect to transmitter, whoops. Nah, not a transmitter, I have to have a radio now. Okay, so let's add this into the mix. Screen. And look at the result. So that gives another range as well. Then it's the matter of, do I want to grade this to another color or just lighter? We'll see. What else do we have? We have my paint, that's removing stuff, trips. That one I already use. So yeah, my oil, is also incorporated. Let's take the grade here again. See what we will do. Yeah. So let's add some more decals. I want some Russian. In my old asset I had some Russian flags going on. That's just for the sake of it. Let's do something similar. So here we go, decal. Let's add the Russian flag or the Russian star. Here we go. And we have some so this is a guard droid. It goes around in a imaginary prison, and this is escapees. So this is the amount of escapees that's he's been taking out. Two prisoners tried to escape and they didn't succeed. Or maybe three. What else? Yeah, I think I had this one going in my old asset back here. So I always forget which one is which camera. I haven't learned that now since I started to use Mori. What is it, 8 years? I just hit all the buttons and hope for the best. Oops. Take this one. No stencil. Okay, so we have to take away that clear. Oops. Changing clear on the paintbrush. Can be. This is funny. You wanna erase something and it just takes for ages. Let's see what's going on now. Just gonna take this. Oops. Yeah, I think let's see, let's go back to my paintbrush here. Go to normal and take a look. So yeah, I think that's kind of it for the. It's been around 2 hours now, and I think I'm gonna start to break this session. So if you wanna ask any additional question, now is the time. And yeah, it's gonna be back on Wednesday again. Continue on this one. So probably works all around, and yeah, take a look at maybe doing some extra displacement on this material, and I want to continue on that oil mask as well, and overall just take a look at maybe adding some extra on the dirt, grade it additionally, stuff like that. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me here today, and this is Meshmen Studio, the Mar channel, and we go live on Wednesday and Sunday usually. So if you see this on the rerun, leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button, because then you get notified whenever I go live, and that's good for you, because then you get to hang out with me and I get someone to talk to in my live chat. So that's a win-win situation. So yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.